Let me know when we're live. Are we live?
We are just gone live.
We're live! We're live! We're live! We're live! It's Nigel Campbell with Sam Day of
Day tips and love sells, hate selling.
You need a theme tune, Sam.
We need a theme tune.
You need a theme tune, man.
I should just get you on to sing for us.
I can talk, but I can't sing, brother.
Awesome. So we're gonna wait. Well, we're not gonna wait. Actually, we're gonna get straight into it. And whoever joins us.
Okay.
What I wanted to, because people will watch after the fact, after we've gone live anyway. So I'm gonna get straight into it, and we can kind of discuss, because we're both marketing professionals. And you're one of my favorite people to go. Actually, no, you are my favorite person to go live with, because you bring a lot of value and a lot of energy to the lives as well. So first and foremost, I'm gonna let you steal the show a little bit.
And, you never told me that I was going to be on the stage, brother.
yeah. This is you're on the forefront here. So those who are live with us now, basically what we're doing is we're going to be speaking about marketing, Nigel's perspective on marketing kind of in 2022 and going forward, like how you can position your brand, your products, your services in 2022, what kind of things, in your opinion, we should be looking out for, what things we should be doing, how we should be, cultivating our marketing strategies essentially going forward, but also given your experiences as well. This is a new series where I'm interviewing predominantly Black entrepreneurs who I feel like don't have as much of a voice sometimes as we should. So any experiences you have that you can pass down to someone who might be in a similar situation, that would be awesome as well. But just to kickstart it off, can you tell us a little bit? Some people watching might even be familiar with you because you've been on before, and I don't know if you saw the vlog that I put out.
No, I've not seen it. Oh, right. So this is the one when you was in Birmingham, wasn't you? And you did a talk.
This is the one in Birmingham, and you came on. You're the star of the vlog, Nigel.
I need to go and look at that. I saw the email because you sent the email out.
Yeah.
One of the things that Sam does effectively, and this is part of marketing, is he communicates with his leads, potential new customers. So Sam nurtured me, sent me one of his emails. I did see the email, didn't get chance to watch it, but now you've reminded me, I will go back. And that's one of the problems with today, right now, Sam. Hey, Simone Summers, there's so much that you have to keep up with. It's easy to get swept along and kind of go off the path and end up doing something else that you didn't start doing that day. So but I will go back and watch that vlog, mate, now that you've told me.
Go and watch it and see yourself in all glory, in
all best side as well.
So, let's just have a chat, because we do this anyway. We're friends now. We met online, but we're genuine.
We've met in real life, man. We've had a drink. We've done karaoke. Well, almost.
We got to vlog that.
We shared some mixed grill at an Indian restaurant. Man. We've been to Las Iguanas and drunk cocktails. Man, we've done it all, man.
We've done it all, and there's still more to come. But I wanted this to kind of be like when we're together and there's no audience, kind of thing. And just speaking about your journey. So let's start off with your journey. How did you get to where you are now in business? What challenges did you have to overcome? And share that with us.
Okay, I mean, God, I suppose my journey to where I am now actually started 10 years ago, almost 11 years ago. And that moment, and what happened, my dad was diagnosed with dementia. And at that moment in time, I actually realized that, hold on a second, if he can get ill, that means I can get ill, which means that I won't be here forever. Because believe it or not, Sam, I actually still believed at the age of 37 and a bit that, hey, I ain't going anywhere. I'm going to be here until I'm 155. The reality is, though, that kind of jolted me, shocked me, and made me kind of really kind of say to myself internally, I don't want to be working for the man forever.
Yeah.
And it jolted me to leave the job I was at. where they wanted me to be doing 80-hour weeks. You know, they're giving me what they said was a decent salary, but then when you worked out the hourly rate, it was like £7, £8, £9 an hour maybe. Left there. Reason I left there was it allowed me to kind of look after Dad while he deteriorated. Worked for quite a few big names in the kind of marketing advertising world. Got made redundant, and then rather than look for another job, I said, you know something, let me give it a go. When I left said companies, because it's really strange, I was in advertising marketing, but when I left it, I actually went into insurance. I was doing insurance for a bit.
Okay.
The insurance came about because of my dad. You know, my dad had dementia. He didn't do a will or anything like that. There was no thing in place. I thought, you know something, you know how many other people have probably got in that same situation? Let me see if I can go and help them. That was another story for another day. Did insurance for a couple of years. While I was doing it, did quite a bit of networking, ran a couple of networking groups around the West Midlands. Whenever I was doing one-to-ones, I was always, the conversation always turned to marketing. It always turned to, have you got a website? Is it optimized? Do you understand how Google can show your website? And invariably, the answers that would come back would be, what are you on about? Didn't even know Google could do that. And then one day, a coach, and I will name drop, a guy called Johnny Cooper, he actually said to me, Nigel, there's so much more to you than insurance. And I went, you're bloody right. He says, come, let us set up a course, or let me show you how to set up a course. Obviously, it weren't free. So did that with him. Originally set up a sales training course, which is called Love Sales, Hate Selling. And it has pretty much evolved from there, because what I realized when I was helping these people to overcome sales objections and asking them, you know, how many sales they were doing and so on and so forth, invariably, the common theme amongst a lot of them was that they weren't generating leads either. So whenever they got an opportunity to sell, it was like, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. Here's my price. I will keep talking until you say yes, yes, yes. What do you mean no? so I then realized, I've got to show these guys how to generate leads as well. And that's kind of where it came from. So, you know, the main thing for me is I feel a lot of business owners from all sides of the spectrum kind of get left behind.
Yeah.
And it's only when those ones who either decide to take action and learn how to do things, take action and bring somebody in to help them do things, or take action and pay someone to do things, that they actually move forward. All the others are they're just hustling.
Yeah.
And it's a shame. It's a shame.
On that note of the others are hustling, I kind of understand what you mean, but for because you and I, we both speak to a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs who want to like start a business. They have a product, they have a service, or maybe they just have an idea, and they're like, kind of, they get lost in doing a lot of things, but not really doing anything at the same time.
Hustling, man.
Just running around in circles essentially, and kind of filling their time with unproductive things that are not really going to move the needle for them.
I think I think one of the main reasons for that is that they don't actually measure anything. You know, I do quite a bit of prospecting because I do freelance sales as well. So I have companies who say, "Hey, Nigel, can you come and help me?" So I do quite a bit of, you know, I don't mind bashing the phones myself. It's fun. It's actually fun. It's just, it always amazes me the amount of businesses I come across, and it's almost like they're in business, but they're kind of hiding that they're in business.
Yeah.
So you'll go to their website and there's no kind of contact details on there. So instead of them thinking, well, if something went wrong, I've got to make sure my customer service is top notch, because that's what you're competing against. You're competing against the people who do it properly. It's like, well, you know, there's no number, there's no email. It's like, yeah, I got these products here, you know, no terms and conditions, all these little things. The thing is, you see, as people, we've got so many kind of signals that we look at now to decide whether we're going to spend money. And if some of them signals are missing, it just makes life harder, man. It makes life harder. And that's what I mean by hustling, having a business, but not really running it like a business. You know, we've all got a bank account. If you couldn't use your card today, and you couldn't phone your bank to say what's going on with my card, what would you feel like? If you ordered something from ASOS today and it didn't turn up and ASOS didn't send you an email or anything, what would you feel like? Or it turned up and it was the wrong size and you couldn't phone to send it back, what would you feel like? So I think some business owners, they start it, they love it, like, yeah, I'm in business, but they don't think of the journeys, because it isn't just one. There's a prospect journey, there's a customer journey. They don't kind of think that part out, and it's a shame. And I think it's because it's so easy to set up a website these days. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, boom, I'm in business. But then the marketing doesn't happen either then.
And even some in saying that, sometimes people don't even start the website. And as a marketing guy, you know, you don't necessarily need a website to generate traction and sales, but you need something, a landing page.
You've got to have some kind of Because the thing is, what you're trying to do, and you know, I've heard people say you don't need a website. You don't. And I say, okay, fine, you don't. You don't actually need. I'm gonna say it now, and you can say it back to me. You don't actually need a website. But what a website will do for you is it will make sure that your message, your content, the juicy stuff that you bring to the world, it's permanently there. Whether it's a website or a web page, the benefit of having a website is there's more content, which means that you can qualify people even deeper. You can sell a multitude of different things. A web page, you can sell that specific, which is still fine, but you know, it will last a lot longer than your Facebook post. Hey, I've got this new thing out. That's gone by tomorrow. Your website is there continually, and if it's optimized and all those other little things that you can do, and I think again this is the problem for a lot of small, but there's so much they can do.
Yeah,
they really can. They could just if they've got a nice budget, they could just spend money on ads all day and probably end up getting a result and thinking, yeah, man, that's how you market a business, but then not look at remarketing or email nurturing or the fact that you've brought on 1,000 customers while you're trying to find another 1,000 when you could be speaking to these 1,000 and see if they want to spend more money with you. All these little other things that they don't think about. But I suppose when you're on the ride, aren't you?
Exactly. So kind of speaking specifically to entrepreneurs in 2022 who might feel like they're overwhelmed. So we've spoken about, you know, having a website, not having a website, you know, generating leads, whatever. Like, what are some of the essentials that you need to be focusing on in order to not be running around like a headless chicken and actually using the internet in a way that's going to benefit you?
You need to know what's getting you a result. That nothing else really matters. You know, you could do 1,000 posts a day on Facebook, but if none of those posts are sending them to the place you want them to go to, it's okay, you're going to raise your awareness. Oh, I've got a nice audience, but not being funny, your audience ain't going to pay the bills. It's you've got to take them from a place to another place where they can then decide, yeah, I like what this person's offering. What do I do next? Oh, there's a book button here now, or there's a buy now button here now, or there's a more information button here now. That's how you've got to kind of think. You've got to be thinking, right, I did this activity for a month. What was the result from it? What did I get from it? Did I have any new email subscribers? Did any orders coming through? All these things, because what it will do, it gives you confidence. You know, if you know, right, I've been doing this activity every day for 30 days. Yes, it's boring. But God, it's resulted in a couple of £1,000 on the bottom line. So, even though it's boring, what you'll do, because it's generating money, guess what you're going to do? You're going to find someone to do it for you. You might outsource it. You might get a VA. You might, and this is the thing. Understanding what works means that you can put it into a process and even systemize it or outsource it. Don't get me wrong. As a business owner, all we want to be doing is presenting our business.
Yeah.
I like both sides. I like the selling of, I like the talking about, I like the overview, the strategy stuff. But everything's got to be for something, whether it's you're helping the other person because you want to help them or they're going to give you business. But, just understand those numbers. It'll make life so much easier because at least then you can say, right, that's what I'm measuring against based on that activity. Therefore, if I was to double the activity, would I get double the result? Okay, let's give it a try. As opposed to, oh God, I posted on LinkedIn last week and let me post on Facebook today, and I'm going to go on Instagram tomorrow and
Yeah.
know what works. And if you don't know what works, if you've got a decent website of any shape or form, whether it be with Wix, Weebly, WordPress, I don't care who, with landing page, even your landing page, you should have stats. If you haven't got stats, find a solution that provides you with those stats. You know, one of my clients today, we revamped her website in December, and one of the things that she wasn't offering a variety of things, but there was almost like too many things. So I said to her, right, let's just put it into a nice package. We have a page dedicated to your packages. Someone can go there, they can say, right, boom, boom, that's okay, boom, that's okay. Price. She left me a message this morning, all practically screaming, oh my God, someone's booked. I was like, what's happened? Someone's got my package page and booked. I want to see it. And I was like, isn't that amazing? And the reality is, if that hadn't been on her page, hey, New York, if that hadn't been on her page, if she hadn't created that page, if she hadn't put that content there so someone could go under their own steam and read it and say, yeah, I want to work with this lady, then they weren't going to approach her.
Yeah.
You know, but she knows, you know, she's actively looking at her numbers now. So and to be fair, a lot of her business is coming from Facebook. Which is consistent.
Is that organic Facebook or?
Yep. Organic Facebook. I mean, it's a Wix site, so I know they're not the easiest to optimize anyway. But you know, she's put her foot on the gas just before Christmas, the last couple of weeks, and so it does work, man. It does work.
So I always have like an idea, a really good idea, when I get a new client and we're doing one-to-one consulting, of how well that client's going to do. Usually by the second time we meet.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give away my indicators, but is there any indicators of individuals that, you know, as soon as you meet them, or as soon as you start working with them, you know, okay, this person's going to do well. Like, what is it that they've got together? What attitude do they have? What are their focuses? So that the people watching this can kind of like hopefully adopt a similar mindset to some of your best performing clients.
There's no magic formula here, and there's no kind of, you know, it's action. ACTION. Boring as it sounds, I'd like to say that, you know, they all had like beautiful hair. No, action. These are the people that when you say, oh, go and do this thing, and when we get together next week, they've done it before the next day, and then they're phoning me or messaging, hey, Nigel, I've done that thing, and guess what? And it generally results in someone's reached out, someone said, oh, I didn't know you did that, or it's action. It's action. Everything that you look, we are in a constant state of learning. Look, you know, YouTube, courses, blogs, websites. You could spend the rest of your life reading. If someone was happy to come and feed you while you sat and read, you would not. You could just read for the rest of your life. But reading stuff ain't getting stuff done. You know, too many people read and say, "Yeah, man, that was good." You know,
and they take no action.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I've been there as well. I've been, you know, you're either a consumer or a creator. I've been a consumer. You know, sometimes I get into consumer mode and I'm like, because I'm trying to bring in more knowledge so I can share it with more people. But the only way I can apply that knowledge or share it is when I then put it into action, what I've learned. And I can say, guess what? I did this. Give that a try. Oh my God, yeah. So, action, man. It's all about action. If you're a procrastinator, I feel for you. We all go through it. But I tell you now, the best way to beat procrastination is just to start doing it. The amount of times I've stared at a blank screen with a flashing cursor. I'm supposed to write something. I've just typed the, and then I put bird, flew over the house. I mean, I realized I can't send that as an email. Boom, and then I'm into the zone. Honestly, once it gets started, it's like an exercise, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know, we've all been there. It's like, oh man, it's gym. You know, it takes you half an hour to drive there rather than 5 minutes because you've gone a long way around because you're trying to talk yourself out of going. And then you get there and you lift up that first weight, and it's like, it's bush bash. Action, man.
Yeah,
That's it.
I
That
agree. I agree.
action.
The clients last year that did the best for me, I could say the same thing as well. Like it's a lot of the time it's kind of evident when someone potentially might not do so well, and it's difficult to express that, especially as a consultant when you're sitting with
Yeah,
someone, because you and I, Nigel, we have a lot of resources online.
yeah,
And so if someone hasn't even taken the time to read like a free PDF or a free ebook or something like that,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then they spend their money, however many £100 it might be, for consultation, and it's like, okay, but you don't even know what the basic principles are. I say email
Yeah,
marketing, and they look at me with a blank face, and I'm like, I've preached about this
yeah.
in
It's
over 100 videos.
yeah, yeah. See, people, look, people. We've gone through a crazy time. Some people are fearful of. I wouldn't say fearful of learning. I think fearful of not knowing about what they're learning.
Yeah.
Remember that first time you got in the car and you'd never driven a car before, and it was like, backside. I hope I don't crash up this car, The instructor's looking at me funny, man. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I get it, and I've got a kind of philosophy in my program, which is like no one gets left behind. I think if I'm Predator, the film, and I'd like to think that anybody who's become a client of mine, they don't finish until they're ready to finish, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And even when they have finished, I'm still there for them. Oh no, but yeah, let's have a look at this. Try that. Try. So, but yeah, I mean, I've had one or two for one reason or another. The head got in the way. I'm not a psychiatrist. I most certainly can motivate. I can help. I can inspire, but I can't make you do things that your head's
Yeah.
telling you ain't gonna do.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things which, and I've been saying this to quite a few NLP practitioners recently, is that, and you know this yourself, Sam, is that it's 80% normally mindset what stops people from doing anything.
Mm.
Because most people know what we're talking about. They've, as that song goes, heard it all before, over and over, because they've watched Lopez and all the big gurus. They've marveled at people like Gary Vee and going, yeah, man, he talks like that. Oh, yeah, man, but what they haven't done is put any of it into practice. So when we're saying, they're like, yeah, but you gotta take action, man. Hey, Cindy Rod, what a cool name.
Yeah, action is key. So in terms of more strategy side, so we've delved into the mindset side, which is I was actually on a podcast earlier when we spoke about this.
Yeah,
It's
big
so
thing, man.
it's so important to know, and there's a lot of people on the internet who preach or try to sell the dream of make money instantly. They make it sound so magical, like,
You
yeah,
wave this magic wand, and this
and then
pot
money
of
is
cash
gonna come out.
falls out of the sky.
And it's just not realistic. Like, I feel like the content I produce would get way more attraction and views if I tried to sell the dream in that way. But it's just not
But
something
but but, but that's not you, and that's
that
not your
will happen.
values. And this goes back to what I said to you earlier, Sam, about me being online. I tried to, when I was younger and I was online, I tried to hide behind a different name,
Mm,
because what I was watching and what I was kind of being taught was you had to be a little bit of this, a little bit of that to kind of make money online. And it didn't truly fit with me. Didn't fit
yeah,
with me.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
going to lie. I'm not going to lie to you and say you're going to make £10,000 by working with me. If you put action in and your price point is right and you've got the right product, every chance. If you're selling something for £20 and you want to turn it to £10,000, and you have them more than £40, that's a big budget you need there, my friend.
yeah, yeah,
But I can't go down that road of the black. A lot of the gurus now, they're saying, yeah, my program is my. But what they're not saying is the majority of it is we're going to spend money on ads. I'm going to show you how to do ads. I'm going to show you how I do my ads. But because the front end is all, yeah, man, but But the reality is, you're giving you £6,000 or £7,000 or £10,000, and it's Facebook ads. That's what they're giving you,
yeah,
Facebook
yeah, yeah,
ads. But
yeah,
they're packaging it up in something nice with a nice bow, and you think, oh, it's something different. No, it's not.
yeah,
Look, man, there's a couple of ways to drive visitors, eyeballs to your offer. One of them's paid, one of them's free. That's it.
yeah,
Paid or free. Just decide. You either do one or the other, or do a mixture of both. But you know, so the next time a guru says, "Yeah, my system," trust me, it'll be ads. The reason I know this, Sam, is because coming out of summer last year, I did a little bit of research, signed up to a few guru platforms, got the old DM. Really interested. Yeah, man. Jumped onto a few calls as well. And there's one guy, and to be fair, he really cheesed me off because the content that I looked at was absolutely fantastic. The guy who ran the thing, but one of his underlings, one of his salespeople, he got on the phone and he was just a qualify. He was trying to qualify me. He didn't reiterate the package. He didn't say how it was going to help. Oh, yeah, this is going to help you. But he didn't attach it to anything that I'd said to him.
Yeah.
Didn't really ask me any questions about, you know, it's just like, how much you prepared to spend? How much you prepared to spend? I was like, you know something, my friend? Look, I do sales. I do sales training. You've just tried to qualify me. The last 3 things you've said have been trying to qualify me on price. I says, if you ain't got no substance, we might as well end the call now. And we did. We ended the call. and it's a shame because the stuff that came out before it, you know, brilliant, great, good videos. You know, yeah, I'm watching it. I'm thinking, yeah. Then this guy come on and he's like, yeah, what can you pay? What can you pay? I'm thinking, I'm not paying you nothing, brother. Because you haven't got onto this call and convinced me that I should work with you. You haven't asked me how I felt or anything, or you know what I mean? I just thought, yeah. But yeah. Free or paid. That's it. Decide your choice, or do a mixture of both, or do one until you can afford the other, or do one, or do the paid, but focus on building the organic. So that when you turn the paid off, the organic will kick in.
Okay, let's break that down. So I'm going to take questions if anyone has questions, because we're jumping off soon. We've got probably about 5 or so minutes left, depending on how many questions we get in.
I like Simone Rush. There's selling how to do ads is not sexy. You are right, Simone. You are a teacher. You create content, so you know exactly what I'm talking about.
And then she follows it up by saying the fake beach life is though. Which is true. I mean, to be 100%, to be honest, I need to do a lot more vlogs because the beach life is not necessarily fake. Like I've been in LA on the beach.
Yeah. Oh, mate, it's definitely achievable. I think saying to anybody you can achieve this, but not telling them that they've got to put some work in to achieve it. Well, that ain't achievable.
Yeah, exactly. Like the lifestyle that the internet affords a lot of people, and even myself, I don't have to take on a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
A lot of my income is passive. I can be on the beach and still make income, you know. So a lot of that stuff is.
But you didn't flick a switch. You didn't flick a switch and that happened in 24 hours, did you?
I didn't flick a switch, and I also don't sell the lifestyle. I sell, like what Simone was saying, the how to, you know, this is how you put Facebook ads out. This is how you create videos. This is how you do marketing. But let's break it down. I'm going to wait to see if any questions come in. But if they don't, then that's fine. We're going to end soon. But you spoke about. Oh, let's read Simone's question really quickly. I lived in LA, but even the LA lifestyle isn't the beach life. It's a very fast-paced lifestyle.
The thing is, right, what people over here forget when they're watching them fantastic American programs and everyone looks beautiful and tanned, and they've still got to work, you know. They've still got to work. They've still got to go. You probably, when you're seeing them walking down the road looking beautiful, they're walking to work.
And when you start a business, usually you're working more.
Exactly, and normally they film these people on the weekend, so not, you know, everyone's off. But that isn't the lifestyle.
So yeah, let's quickly break down what you mean by free and paid traffic before we wrap up, because just for some people on here who might be thinking free and paid, what does that actually mean? Like, let's break that down.
So free marketing, free ways of generating traffic to your business. I was going to say website then, but we're talking about your business. Well, this involves things like search engine optimization, if you do have a website. This involves things like posting on social media into relevant groups and spaces and places where your audience hangs out and may be interested in what you've got to offer. Free. What else is free? There's so many other things that are free. Cold calling is free. Well, that's where a lot of people go. If you've got a database of people that you have connected with, email, that's free. These are all very much, so for example, something like SEO. SEO isn't just something that you can just pick up and just do. I mean, I've spent a bit of time today stuck on site structure because I realized that, man, I need to sort my website out. I mean, I've just opened a can of worms and I'm sitting there thinking, do I do it or do I pay someone to do it? And I think it's going to go down the paid route because although I understand how to do it, I haven't got that mental time, that capacity to do it. What else can you do that's free? Networking, online networking, that's free. If you are going to go networking, though, please make sure that if somebody decides they want to know more about you, that it's easy for them to do that. Because one of the biggest failings I see when I've done networking myself is, some fantastic people stand up. This is what they do. This is how they help. And you think, yeah, I'm going to check you out later on. And when you go and try and find them, and it's like, you go to the Facebook page as a cat. There's no link to a website. I'm sure it's down the Facebook group, but it's not linked to their Facebook page. Maybe they've got a website, or you go to LinkedIn. You think you found them, but then this person's got green hair. But you don't remember them having green hair at the meeting. So you're like, well, I'm not going to connect with them because it might be the wrong person. So just make sure it's easy. If you want to check how easy it is, that's your best friend, wife, girlfriend, or whatever. Go to my presence online. Is it obvious how I help? And is it obvious what I want you to do next? And if the answer is no, tweak it. Add a link in. Put something on there.
Yeah.
There is a lot more for you. I mean, I did a video on 20 ways to get traffic for your business. I'll share it with you later, man. Paid? To be fair, we paid us just as much because you've got, obviously you've got your ads. So you've got your Google, you've got your Facebook ads. You then have things like Taboola, where you can have contextual ads based on keywords. It means you put in code on your website and then things displaying on your website, and if someone clicks on that. There are a variety of paid advertising companies. That Google and Facebook are the biggest brand in that everyone knows them. But I'm telling you now, there's probably 1,000 plus. I think Bidvertiser's one. I think they're based over in Australia. So not many people know about them, but you can bid on keywords through them as well. I suppose the thing to decide really is, what's your budget? What are you worth in terms of what's your hourly rate? What's your budget? If you're just starting out, definitely do some of the free things, but measure. Because if you find out that, hey, when I post on Facebook, I get people go to my website, that probably means that if you was to do some kind of advert on Facebook, chances are that's going to bring people in, because you've already proven it by doing organic stuff. People are responding. Yeah. Likewise, if you're getting people come to your website organically from Google, that would probably support you doing a small paid ad campaign, maybe display ads based on those keywords to drive keywords of intent to drive more people to your website who want to have a result, want to purchase a product, or they're really interested in that service. But there's so many ways. But like I said to you earlier, Sam, I think this is what the problem is, because there's so many different ways. If someone's doing something, so I'll give you an example. You can have someone who's got a business. This week they're quiet. So what they'll do next week is find something new to do to try and market their business, rather than saying, well, okay, I didn't do any marketing last week, which is why I'm quiet, or I didn't do any marketing for the last 3 months, that's why I'm quiet. They'll say, oh, let me find something new to do. Yeah, that's why people are jumping on TikTok, and nothing wrong with all these different platforms, but you can only stretch yourself so far, man.
Yeah,
you really can. Yeah. So focus on them numbers, understand what works, and then build on that. If you know that Facebook works and you're still a little bit uncertain as to why and how to make it better, go and find someone to help you on Facebook. So at least, right, I know Facebook works. If I find someone to help me with Facebook, I'll get more from it. Boom. If you know that you seem to be appearing on Google and organic results, it's like, oh, how did I do that? Go and speak to an SEO expert and say, hey, can you kind of point out to me what I need to do to get better? These people are here to help you. You can't do it all. You can't do everything. I've learned that the hard way, man. Trust me.
Awesome.
four rebuilt websites later.
It's true. I mean, I would dive into a lot of what you said, but I want to get through some of Simone's questions, and also if anyone has any questions, this is probably your last chance to ask. Nigel put me under strict instructions to make sure we end on time because he hasn't had dinner yet.
I'm hungry, guys. I'm so sorry, man. If I'd have eaten, I'd be here till 10, man. I'm
the missus hasn't cooked. The missus didn't cook for him this evening.
Oh,
so he's...
I said that too loud, man. She'll kill me.
So we've got, what is your best advice to get started with both free and paid advertising?
The best advice to get started? Do it. if you haven't got the budget, start with the free. Simple tip: go to Facebook, to the groups that you're in, and just do a search for keywords which relate to the kind of products you sell. If someone has asked a question relating to that product, answer it. Or even better, if you've done a blog post which answers that question, post that in there. Do that several times. That's going to generate some clicks. Because what a lot of people don't realize, and I've had this happen to me before. People says, I spoke to a client and they go, "Yeah, man, I did a post on Facebook. Didn't you see it?" And I'm like, "What?" "Yeah, man, I did a post, man. I put it up. Yeah, didn't you see it?" And I have to remind them that, there are like 7 million posts on Facebook every day.
Yes.
The reach is 0.5%. And this is where a lot of, again, people go wrong. It's on there, so therefore the whole world should see it. And it's like, they don't put themselves in that position where they've not seen something. And
exactly.
So when you have like a link, don't put it in all your posts, but when you've got a link going back to somewhere that you can measure, that will prove. I've had posts before where I've had little or no engagement, 2 comments, maybe 1 or 2 likes. I've had 20 or 30 people click the link and go to my website. But Facebook doesn't tell you that. And this is the thing.
Yeah.
When you get your Facebook insights, it doesn't tell you those numbers.
Yeah.
So people have got this kind of, I posted, therefore I'm about. But no, the reality is no. So just do it. Do it. Same with advertising. Small budget. Don't be throwing like £100 a day at stuff and thinking, I'm gonna give it a good try. Find, obviously, Facebook, the UX has got worse in my opinion. The user experience I'm talking about. So before it used to be quite, now it's like, damn, even I look at it and think, yeah, Star Trek. There are a lot of free guides out there which will guide you through setting up your first ad. Take action, set up an ad, set a budget of £1 a day or £2 a day. See what happens. See what happens. If you can't afford to spend £30 on a month on your business for marketing, then something's wrong anyway. We need to have a word about you putting your prices up.
Yeah.
But just take action. Honestly, that will get you the best result because you can then see for yourself that worked, that didn't. Right, ain't doing that again. Gonna focus on that instead.
Yeah. I can't agree more. Take action. Marketing sometimes it's just about throwing things against the wall and seeing what.
Isn't it?
But at the same time, like you mentioned earlier, is if you don't have your analytics, if you don't know where people are clicking, what people are clicking, then you're not going to be able to make those mini adjustments.
You can't influence, can you? You can't influence anything then if you don't know. You just, it leaves you it leaves you with nowhere to go because if you don't know how to make things move, it's like that's why a lot of people I come across a fair few business owners who are just disheartened. They're tired, they're burnt out, they're like worn out because they're going around in circles without realizing what they should be doing and why they should be doing it. I met a lady yesterday. I was doing some cold calling for this company in Dubai, and she's got a Shopify website. First person I thought of was you. And she was saying, yeah, the website, it's really quiet. And I've been paying someone full time to push the website. And we're on Facebook and we're posting and I've boosted and I've this and I've that and the blah. I said, I'll tell you what, hold on a second. Can I have a quick look at your social media and where you've been posting? So we had a quick look. I said, right, fantastic. This product here, how do I buy it? What do you mean? I said, how do I buy this product? This product you're showing me. What do you mean? I said, well, There's no link going to it. If I go to your link there, that's going to take me to your homepage. If I go to your homepage, I'm going to have to try and find the products. What you're saying to me is, if you've got 20 minutes to spare, go look at my website and see if you can find what I'm trying to offer you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so something as simple as providing a link. So, because you know yourself, Sam, if I'm selling you a BMW, right, and you say, yeah, man, I want that BMW, and I turn up in an Audi, what are you going to say to me?
That's
BMW.
Yeah, exactly. It's the wrong
So,
vehicle.
what people need to understand is that if you start with this message, then the message has to continue wherever you send them. Don't say you can buy acorns and then sell them bloody OXO cubes. Or worse still, send them to a homepage where they got to figure it out themselves.
Yeah.
You know, make their life. And she just, and it's really funny because I said that to her. She was like, oh my God, that's so obvious.
Yeah.
I says, and what about your website? What kind of traffic are you getting? She went, well, I've got some stats. I said, what kind of stats have you got? She went, well, because I don't know how detailed Shopify are. But what I wanted her to understand is, well, where is the traffic coming from? But she couldn't tell me. So therefore, I couldn't give her any more. Well, I gave her a few tidbits to go off and understand. And one of the things I said to her is, drill down on those numbers. You need to understand who's coming to you, where from, and why. And then you can push that and then start focusing on having a campaign around individual products rather than, hey, come to my shop. Come to my shop. Well, you're another shop amongst millions. Why should I come to you? So something else we spoke about was, well, what is it that makes you unique? Well, I do a personal service. So you don't mention that anywhere on your website or on your social media. What else do you do? Oh, we're not size exclusive. We go from 6 to 22. I said, you don't mention that on anywhere. Am I supposed to guess that? So it's just little things, man. But numbers help, man. Honestly, they're boring, especially if you don't like maths. So numbers are sexy, man. Money is numbers. Numbers are sexy.
Heatmaps. Do you do much work with Heatmaps and stuff?
You know something, I have played around with. There's a guy at the moment trying to get me to buy something, and I think I've run out of time. In the earlier days, probably about 4 years ago, I was using Heatmaps, but I found they slowed my website down. And as you know, even more so now, a slow website don't do you any favors when it comes to Google. So I turned them off. They are good, but they can impede on your web speed. There is a free one actually, which Bing offer, which is pretty good actually. Well, obviously Bing ain't Google.
It's interesting, I read it somewhere that Bing was I think that one of the most searched key terms on Bing was Google.
Yeah, of course it was. Of course it was. I remember when I used to work for Yellow Pages and we used to blag them and say, oh yeah, go on Yale.com. Everyone searches Yale.com. The reality is no one goes on Yale.com to search. They search on Google.
Yeah, they search on Google. And if they're not on Google, it's probably an accident. They're searching for it. They're looking for Google.
They're not on Google, they don't exist. It's like, oh, that's not a real company. Honestly, they will say that to you.
Yeah, Nigel, thank you so much for coming on. And thanks everyone for joining us live, those who've left comments, those who haven't, and for those who are watching after the fact as well. Do leave your comments in the comment section. I'm going to pull Nigel's ear to try and answer some of your questions if they come in the comments.
Yeah, let me know. I mean, everyone wants to reach out. You can find me on most of the socials. Just type Nigel Campbell. You see a guy with big smile.
So where can they? I know you've got a Facebook group, which is in the description. People can.
Yeah. You can join the Facebook group. Love Sales, Hate Selling. I've got a website, nigel-campbell.com. Find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on all the channels. Everything pretty much is the same on all of them, so you won't go wrong when you find me once. But yeah, reach out. Any questions? Love questions. Love helping people. If I can help if I can help you move forward 2 millimeters, then that for me is good, because I think a lot of people get left behind and sit there not kind of reaching out, because people don't reach out as well. That's the thing. So reach out if you want to chat, if you want to brainstorm, throw some ideas at me. Look, man, I'm not the finished article. I'm still learning now. So if you want to come and educate me on anything, come find me.
Awesome. Your Love Sells, Hate Selling, are you that on Instagram, Facebook?
Yeah, so on Instagram, I'm Love Sales Hate Selling. On Facebook, so there's the Facebook page and a Facebook group called Love Sales Hate Selling. They're both mine. I probably will end up changing the Facebook page name, to be fair, because the group is the main place. That's where most of the magic. That's where the magic happens.
Awesome. And you have a course, right? I've got the course in the description from the last live we did. But can you
Yeah,
tell
so
us about that?
I've launched a new course, which is how to become the best sales and marketing funnel for your business, and you can find that at academy.lovesaleshateselling.com. And I've also got a sales and marketing training program called Love Sales Hate Selling. I know, I just love that now. I just love that saying. And what that is to help those people who, scares the wrong word, are uncomfortable with selling. So they don't know how to pitch, they don't know a script, or they need a script, or they struggle with objection handlings. To work out if you're that person, if your hands get clammy and you get a bit twitchy when you're talking to a potential customer, you're that type of person. I'd love to speak to you, because believe it or not, you can become better at sales, and it's not by talking more, it's actually by saying less. But obviously we go into detail in that in the program. But what I do in there as well is also I teach you how to generate leads yourself organically, so that you can learn how to sell more, get better at objection handling, and speak to more people as well. So yeah, reach out, we'll have a talk and go from there.
Awesome. So I've put the link on screen, academy.lovesaleshateselling.com. Nigel is a good friend of mine, but also a fantastic marketer as well. So if you guys have, we've got Menho in the chat asking about the formula. But if you have read the formula, you definitely should get the course.
Menho, the formula.
Make sure you get the course. So just briefly, I'm looking. Yeah, Menho, if you send me a message, probably on Insta or email, I'll get to sending you something. But again, thank you, Nigel, for coming.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining us, man. Thanks, Sam, and thanks for asking. I think you invited me. Was it November or sometime?
It couldn't be. Well, to be fair, you're a regular now on the channel, so you'll be coming on. We need to do a proper video as well. Nice,
yeah, man.
And do a collaboration type video. That will probably be the next thing we do. But I do enjoy doing these sit down lives with you as well.
Whenever you're ready, mate. I'm always here for you, man.
Yeah, and I'm always in Birmingham as well.
Oh,
so
there it is.
Do a sit down live when we're actually together as well. That's what we're going to plan.
Well, I'm hoping to put on a sales workshop, a live workshop in a place called Cradley, which is just down the road from where you normally stay when you're in Birmingham. So I'll keep you posted, man. So if you're down, you can tell you what, if you drop in, mate. Whoa, celeb in the house.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. So thank you for coming and always dropping your gems. And this video will be on the channel as well, so you guys can come back and re-watch it as many times as you need to. And we've also got Simply C. Nigel, you know who that is.
Hey, Simply C. Did you get that stuff done that we spoke about last time we met?
Oh, she may be in trouble. Who knows?
I'm pretty sure that because you have the ear of the oracle all the time, and the oracle has been feeding you nuggets of information that not even his clients have been getting. So I'm hoping you put that to use.
Simply C was featured in our vlog as well. So
yeah, no, she was. Hey, I still haven't had that. Anyway, we'll talk again. Good to see you, girl.
So right, everyone have a good evening or good morning or good night, depending on where you are. But until next time, guys, have a great day, and we shall see you soon.
See you later, guys.